Hey, what's up, Net? New little video. This one is a update, and there'll be other video coming in the next few days. But I wanted to do a quick update and kind of say sorry to people. um, in the last few weeks, I got into a project, mostly created antenna, and kind of lost track of time. Days were like just started to get work on it, and next thing you know, it was 10 o'clock, and I didn't have dinners and stuff like that. Sometimes it happens in my mind. I just go in places and time stop existing. Anyway, so it got me a little bit behind on a lot of the projects and even people that I was going to contacts and stuff. So I wanted to apologize for all those people. I started to keep my New Year resolution, and so actually I'll do my first video today on my decon kit, and next week I should have most of the stuff I need to complete the other two kits, and well, one more kit, because basically the other two kit will be the other kit would be what I am gonna do a video on soon. Um, Communication wise, it's gonna be a rough 2 months. About, I think it runs for 8 weeks. Um, I'm doing my Morse code. Don't know why I keep doing that kind of stuff to me, but right now the exam in Canada is quite different than in the States, as in this, from my understanding, watching videos in from the States, is that there's two exams. Um, the technician and the other one that I'm forgetting right now. But in Canada, we have basic, and then there's three exam basically in the States. Here in Canada, we have two, but one of them has two levels. So basically, it would be, I think, the equivalent roughly of the first two exams. So the exam we have here is basic and advanced. Advanced is when you're really getting into how to build repeaters and stuff like that. So really technical. Not interested in that. The second one here is amateur. So the basic amateur radio. If you get so to pass the exam, you have to have greater than 70. But if you have less than 80, all you can do is VHF, UHS, and the 6 meter band. So and 222. So basically all the VHF, UHF band, and a little bit higher up on the HF ish when with the 6 meter bands. I know in the States, I think the technician or something has some stuff on the 10 meters. We do not have that here in Canada. So right now, my exam was 74, so I was below the what they call basic with honor. Basically, what it means is that when you have the basic with honors, that the the government find that you have enough experience or show enough knowledge that you could operate higher bands like HF, and so then you can have the rest of the bands. So that means all the HF bands, and basically you can operate whatever you want. The way that you can do in my situation is either repass the exam and get 80% or greater, and so then now you're in the category that you can use the HF. You can wait for 3 years, because then they consider that you have enough experience playing with your radios that automatically you're considered a, uh, a basic with honor. Or you can do the Morse exam. And talking to a few people and looking at for wilderness for my new kind of passion now for QRP and SOTA. There's a lot of CW. So continue with so Morse code communication. And so I thought, I'll try it. But obviously, it's two totally different alphabets. It's a totally different way of learning, way of listening. And so I found a program, which I'll make a video on once I start playing with it. And basically, I think it is 8 week training. And basically, you train every day, but it's quite an interesting concept. There's a lot of stuff out there, apps and things like that. The issue that I think I will have so far, just kind of clinging with it, but not really studying, but just seeing it, what would work for me and stuff. Because my first course is on the 19th, I think, so next week, 2 weeks. And what I found is that I'm not a I have difficulty learning stuff by ears, and I need to see things and stuff. So it's quite difficult for me to when basically the skills require you to hear, but my brain doesn't quite retain. So that new technique that I'm gonna show seems to help a little bit. I've listened to an example of it, and it's basically a course you kind of buy, and it's pretty cheap. I think it's $9 per month until you pass the exam. And it's basically a program that push your brains to think differently, because as we think about words, they come out a certain way, but the program is basically you think in letters, because that's how you write, because you receive the D and the dot and D, the dot and D, and you write the letters for words to make a sentence. But we kind of think differently when we think, so it's to change our brain stuff, and it's quite interesting. So we'll see, and I'll follow up on that. And then that means for the summer, and I started to do it a little bit now to bring my gear and stuff and see how it goes. I'll be doing more activation for SOTA and get really into it, meaning SOTA stands for Summit on the Air. And basically what it is that you hike at certain summits and pop the antenna up, and you can do it for HF or VHF. And you pop the antenna up and you try to make some contact. There's specific rules to do, and as I get more into it and actually do activation, I'll make more videos about that. Right now I'm just kind of practicing, see what kind of gear I need, or what have work, and how to rearrange stuff and stuff. So some of my kits has changed a little bit because of that, to see what works and what doesn't work. And that's why I've been working mostly on antennas to see if they work. And there's a antenna video coming in soon. I analyzed a few of the antenna that I did and stuff, and I'll do that. And actually later today I'll be going out and trying to finally listen on HF, because I can listen on HF with the gear I have right now. I just cannot transmit on HF because I don't have the gear, because I don't have the license either. So on the medical side, the decon, like I was saying, decon month is finished. I just have a few gear to buy and stuff. My most of the stuff that I do will be based on this book, and I'll add a few presentations for that, which I'll do probably next week. And the next month is the green bag, and so I'm kind of been because green is for food on the Urban Prepper thing, and there's a video that Canadian Prepper just did recently on food and got me inspired. So I'm gonna review my food kit, and therefore, since I'm choosing green, I'll go with green for medical as well, which is obstetric and abdominal pain for the female side. So it's going to be quite interesting to do that. So I'll start doing, because that's really a big weakness on my part. No matter how many courses I do, it's just I don't see it enough to get very familiar with it, and to get comfortable with it. So it's more theory, but you need to know it. So that's going to be the videos. Otherwise, yeah, March is going to be a busy month for me. I have for work wise. I got a lot of research to do and things like that, but I'll still try to pull out those videos and those little concepts that I mentioned and stuff. And in April, I'm looking at going to a conference because I just made the MCOM team, emergency communication team. So I just got my card. So I keep getting emails on cool courses that are coming, and it's cool, quite interesting, because just by volunteering, I have access to a whole bunch of other courses. And I know there's a course coming on pet first aid, so that's going to be interesting. And there's a few exercises as well coming in soon. So actually there's a big one in April, I think April or May, in Washington State. We don't really participate in it, but we'll kind of be tagging along with that, because we'll be obvious, because Washington State is right in my backyard, so we'll be hearing those conversations and communications. So I think they're gonna set up something on the side. It's a huge exercise, major earthquake in Washington, and apparently every level of government is involved and stuff. So it's going to be quite interesting to hear and be on the ear for that stuff. So that's going to be more April. And because March literally will just fly by the time I finish all those courses and things like that. So those are the kind of things that are coming. And as I get more training on the emergency comms team and have more availability, like for example Pet First Aid never did that, so that's going to be interesting, and I'll try to bring some of that knowledge to you. So anyway, that's was just a little update, and mostly to say I'm sorry about if I dropped the ball on a few project and people that I contacted, but again, it's just a lot of balls in the air, and sadly I sometimes lose track and I go into my dream world. So hopefully I'll be back on track now, and I'll talk to you soon.